#1 rock station, Z159 FM.
Right.
Your only home for the Hot Tub and Mini Fridge Morning Show and Dump 'em Out Fridays.
Ooh, yeah, a hot tub and mini fridge. Keep me cold and hot.
It's a mediocre time with Tom and Dan.
Put some respect on my name.
Respect our name.
I ain't gonna say it no more.
You cracker ass motherfuckers.
Heart of my heart, I love you. Life would be naught without you. Light of my life, my darling, I love you. I love you. I can forget you never. From you I ne'er can sever. Say you'll be mine forever. I love you only.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath. Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
I wish my refund hurry up so I can have a taxitude.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
I'ma be like, let me get 20 on pump 3.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Matter of fact, make it 25. And yes, I would like to donate to the March of Dimes. So ring me up that Coke and candy bar 2 for $2.22 deal where $1 goes to March 2. Oh, and ring these Skittles up for my kid too. And when the cashier tells me to have a nice day, I'm gonna be like, no ma'am, you have a blessed day, sugar.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Pull down my shades like Kim Kardashian, smile like Gabrielle Union.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Flip my bundles like Nicki Minaj and queen out the door like Beyonce.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Goofy face, goofy face, goofy face, heart, 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 muscle, muscle, muscle.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Sassy black girl, sassy black girl, sassy black girl, kiss, kiss, kiss. Hashtag so what, hashtag I ain't shame, hashtag my money, hashtag call me taxitude honey.
Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio.
It's a blast.
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello, this is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
Hey, it is another A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
On the couch, you know him. He's not here as often as he used to be because he has a family.
No, because you guys don't invite me.
He no longer eats Russian butthole. Ladies and gentlemen, one of my favorite people, and he's grown a mustache. Seth Petruzzelli.
Hello. Hang on, I can't.
We invite you. It's just we expanded the guests
the
on
universe.
Friday
No, the
show.
universe. The Tom and Dan universe. You're supposed to say that.
You know,
we've expanded the Tom and Dan universe. Now we got a black character. Now we got a gay character. Now we got a drag character. Now we got Ted Nugent. Now we got T.J. Miller. We got everybody. The Tom and Dan universe is getting huge.
You know, just having different people in, different characters. You can't have the same ones all the time.
No.
You know,
we got EJ in there.
And then you run out of
something for the big guys. We got something for the big guys.
I run out of things to say because you just want me to say bad things constantly.
Well, that's
there's only so much bad I can do. I go out doing bad things on purpose just to talk about it.
Do you really?
No, I don't.
No, I know you don't. That baby has changed you. That baby has changed you.
Yes.
100%. You no longer
I was doing.
You no longer thirst to piss on the floors of a bar. Now that you have a beautiful baby girl. I'm just gonna tell you something. Let's get some serious stuff out of the way. I'm locking eyes with you.
Okay.
You and that baby in the pool is my favorite thing. You just look so happy. You look so. It's like gets a little weepy. Have you seen his baby with the baby on his shoulders? He's muscle flexing. You need to do some more pool flexing.
I got babies.
No, it was fine. It was a good shot for the abs and the baby.
Yeah. And then, that only lasts a small amount of time.
It does.
I know.
Enjoy
and
it.
I keep seeing reels of when all the family's young and you see the girls young playing, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I don't.
No, but your wife is very young. My wife looks.
I'm talking
my
about
wife looks different in every photo. You know, like. You know, and your wife doesn't yo-yo diet like my wife does. Holy smokes. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Holy smokes. You Russ Rollins?
Real quick.
I make sure Tracy keeps it down.
You don't want to fix her upper. You don't want to fix her upper.
So,
we're going
why
crazy.
Are you put me in these situations?
I don't know. We're going crazy. I went crazy.
It's behind the shit.
Behind the shit.
Behind the shit.
Anyway, so... the hurricane party's tomorrow, and Eric Merchman's going to be out there. So if you are at the hurricane party in Sanford, it's a gigantic punk and ska party festival. It's the 18th year.
18th year. I said the 15th year. No, it's the 18th year. And
ton of great bands.
Merchman's going to have $5 shirts out there. So if you wanted to, and they're good shirts. Like he's got some stuff that probably shouldn't even be marked down, but we got to get it out of there.
Yeah.
And he's going to have new stickers. He's got the new sunglasses. Brand new.
Yep.
So you can snag those there and just say hi to Eric. He's a good dude.
Yep. And throw it up on social on the BDM page so we know you're out there. So Seth, how you doing, dude?
I'm doing good, dude.
I'm
doing good. No, I'm having a.
You having a moment? You okay?
No, I'm good. I'm good right now.
Yeah.
I'm
How's
good.
your health?
I had a show. My health is good. I started eating a little bit of beef again.
Oh, hey, everybody!
You weren't eating beef?
I was excited. No, I wasn't eating I wasn't eating beef. I'm not eating all my fish that I normally eat. I'm not eating any turkey. I'm not eating chicken.
And you got a mustache and you're eating beef. Whoa, hold on a second. What's happening here?
Why weren't you eating any meat?
Because I had high B6. Remember, I'm B6.
Oh,
yeah. So the doctor told me to stop eating.
You're too healthy. You're killing yourself with vitamins.
So I started mixing goat meat with beef now to slowly introduce it back, and my stomach's been
Geef.
It's been beefing it up.
Goof. When you mix goat with beef, you get goof.
Yeah, I get something bad is what happens.
Just eat a hamburger. Just eat a Baconator. What if I got you a Baconator right now?
No, I could not eat that. I would stare at it.
You could eat a Baconator.
I could, but then
I
would
a son of
go to the hospital.
Baconator. I'll get you son of Baconator.
Is that smaller?
Yeah.
I don't usually do pork anyway. Like I never.
That's beef.
Pork.
That's a beef. You don't like pork?
What the hell are you talking about? That's a pork. Beef is a beef.
No, it's bacon on a beef hamburger.
Oh, okay.
It's both of them.
Yeah, it's both of them.
Yeah.
Pork is by far the best meat.
No way.
100% the best meat.
Dirty meat.
Oh, I love me some good old hoofed. Give me them hooves. Give me those forked hooves.
So I knew Seth was coming by today, and I started, I'm like, let's see what Seth's been up to on his social medias,
What do you
which
call
he's
that?
very bad at posting and updating.
Put your glasses on.
Usually I'd be really good at it, but then I just I don't need a thirst trap anymore.
Why don't you have your young wife do it?
She's not good at it either, to be honest.
Yeah, she's
That's
an
one
old
thing
soul.
about her.
She's an artist. She's an old soul.
She's not good at social media. She's not good at all that stuff.
So
she's good, but she's just not on top of it.
Well, she's not your traditional she
Yeah.
looks young, but again, an older soul is more into the things that she's into are like unconventional and I don't want to say weird because I don't want to be I'm not being negative.
It's okay.
But
she's weird.
Yeah,
she's weird.
My daughter is an old
weird.
soul. She's literally the thing she's into. Like today, my daughter is organizing her desk. That's what she's doing today.
My sons are not even awake.
I asked my wife. I go, "What's my daughter doing?" She goes, "She put on relaxing. She likes the meditations channel on Sirius
That's
XM.
what I do. I listen to Enigma and I fold clothes.
You might.
That's my piece.
Yeah, that's my daughter. Yeah, that's what my daughter's doing. She's cleaning her desk right now, organizing pencil cases.
So I noticed on your social media, which it made me kind of happy. But this may not be true, but I'm guessing it is because
the internet doesn't lie, Tom.
Yeah, and if you were out on the boat, you'd post about it. But the last boat post, you and your daughter, was December 4th, 2024.
It was. Santa had not even come yet.
I did the math and I was like, the June 4th is coming up this Wednesday.
Hey.
That'll be 6 full months
of
using
you're
the boat.
getting a full smile over there. Hold on. Let's check the camera.
It's a lot of boats sitting around for a $120,000 boat.
There's a lot of otter shit in the boat right now.
As one of your only allies here, dare I say, you've taken out your boat a couple of times. I've seen you. I've seen you do it.
Yeah. They were a little dusty.
You know what? Excuse me. I'm going to use the correct terminology. Tom has launched his boat a few times. When's the last time you've launched your boat?
I don't launch it. It's just sitting in the
next
no
launch for you.
I'm
going to eat your launch.
Now, remember, I don't know how long ago I threw out a prediction that, the family.
I should have pulled that. God damn it.
And then
we all remember.
I believe you
EJ
guaranteed me that it never happened. You'd never stop using your boat.
EJ, I'll pay you.
Technically, I haven't stopped using it.
EJ, find it. I'll pay you. Find the day that Seth said it.
I was trying to make
was
money.
doing notes. I probably was doing the notes.
I went there 3 weeks ago and washed it.
That's what dads do.
No, listen.
That's what dads do. That's what my step. I had well, anyway, continue.
Yeah. I had this conversation with Jay. We got a little tiff about me not taking the boat out. We're like, what's hard with the kid? I'm like, I understand that. Call your dad. Have him watch the kid.
Is that how you yell at her? Like,
yeah.
You're like Trump.
No, we're not really. I'm joking. We weren't really arguing like that. But we did take it out this past not Memorial Day, but Friday before Memorial Day.
All right.
We got in it with the baby, gun it, About 3 minutes in, beep, beep, beep. beep, beep.
It's broken.
Fucking engine overheating. So I immediately stop the boat and go, fuck! And then I just putt to the freaking back to my place, and we just hang out by the beach. Actually, we go to the sandbar. We putt back to the sandbar for a little bit, and then we go back to the house.
So it's interesting that $100,000 boat, if the engine overheats,
was more than that
from lack of use, which is odd.
Yeah.
So I was like, hold on, you are overheating from not being used. So shouldn't you be
Conway
nice?
J from our chat room weighing in says your freshwater strainer was probably full.
Fuck is a freshwater stream?
I don't know.
Jay, text me.
Now they're just clowning on you.
I went under the boat and I was
no
like feeling for any. I was just under the boat going with no goggles. I can't see shit. So I'm literally feeling the whole of the boat go.
What did you feel?
I don't know. I was feeling.
There's the problem.
I was feeling for a hole or for
a hole you'd be sinking.
I know. I was feeling for like something stuck in the intake, and then I didn't feel anything. Instead, I just scratched up my entire arm, and that's all I did. I don't know what I was doing. I didn't have goggles either. My eyes were burning. I was pissed off.
So you took it out December 4th. And then it's been broken since, and now it's broken. So is it in the shop?
No, it's not broken. I can still. I'm gonna take it out and bring it back.
No, it is currently broken.
No, it still runs. It just beeps at me. I gotta take it. I gotta
pull that. It's broken. If it's like he'd be like, no, it's still running.
The light's just on.
It's still running. I'm like, it's broken.
I know how fast we're going by the wind. I don't need a goddamn speedometer. Anyway,
I just gotta take it to Regal and have him fix it. It's under warranty.
Conway J says that if you text him, he will show you where your freshwater strainer is.
Second thing I want to bring up.
He's going to send a picture of his penis.
Is this a hybrid grapes? Because I'm digging it. I kind of like it.
No, I'm just bringing
checking in with a friend. Checking in with a friend.
I was going to say before we started that you looked lean and tan and looked really good right now.
Oh, wow.
No, me?
Yeah, to you. I was going to give you a compliment.
Thank you.
You can rag on me.
I've been working out on my boat recently.
Getting tan. Yeah, you worked out on your boat, right? You bring some weights. Do you bring some
like
weights?
Russell Wilson. Drive and do push-ups.
Yeah.
No one needs to drive.
You just gut it and go straight. You can knock out 10.
We brought this up a little bit, but have you heard that old Ronnie had got the boat cops to not pull us over anymore for safety checks? Did you hear about that?
No, what, really?
Yeah. So
I wasn't up to date on that.
So
they were sitting out there at the sandbar. They're waiting, but
that's all they can do now.
Yeah, all they can do is wait.
That's all they can do.
Yeah.
Because old pointy boots, old elevator boots tied their hands. And you know what? I want all y'all motherfuckers to give one to the short guys, give one to the little guys.
Yeah.
Because old Lifty Boots, he's the one that said, fuck it, I'm locking them down. Their hands are tied now. That's coming from me, Lifty Boots.
What's the law? What's going on with it?
Okay, so it was the equivalent of the being pulled over because you're swerving or whatever, like,
probable cause?
Yeah. So that, before this, the boat cops could pull you over randomly for quote unquote a safety check to make sure you
wear
got
your vest out.
Yeah.
This happened with me and you.
You got to, of course, it happened multiple times.
This happened multiple fucking times.
That's how we got busted and taken illegal laws.
That's how everybody gets busted.
As soon as they get out there, like, all right, let's find these life jackets.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So they say, and listen, they know, they see Seth, they see me and my friends.
Yeah. I had a weed shirt on.
Yeah, they see the condition of our boat and
black speckled crazy.
They look at mine, they're like, he's got enough money.
Yeah, exactly. But you're putt-putting, and that's a telltale sign.
That's true, too. I'm putt-putting cussing.
Why are you going so slow? It's a brand new boat.
So, and they used to be able to just pull you over under the cause of safety check to see if you have enough life vests.
Didn't you find when it started? Wasn't it a 70s thing or no?
What?
Did we find when that law started?
When it started, but it's complete bullshit because obviously you shouldn't be able to be pulled over with just because the cops look. I mean, let's be honest. They look at you and they're like, safety check. Yeah. So we're going to get this guy with it.
Well, and normally it wouldn't even be like that. They just pull over and there's safety check. And then sometimes they be safety check, like everybody there. Hey, I'm checking all of y'all.
And then while you're trying to find your life vest, stumbling around, they're like, drunk. You're drunk. And then, guess what? Being drunk on a boat, driving a boat drunk is the same as driving a car drunk. That should not be the case. It's way easier to drive a boat drunk.
Yeah, it's
Still
easier.
dangerous.
Yeah, but it's what but you have way more. There's a less margin of error. Like you're driving a car drunk, you're in a lane. There's 2 feet between
but the
car.
beauty of the boat is
the water is huge.
But the beauty of the boat over the car is that I can just gun it and then not do anything else and just go fast in a straight line. That's the beauty of a boat. That's the part I like.
And if you do crash, you're just going to splash in the water and be fine.
No problem whatsoever.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just saying it shouldn't be the same. The same. Anyway. But they, Ronnie took that away, so now the boat cops have to have another cause to pull you over, and it cannot be just a safety check, which I've said before, there's really no other causes. Like, it's hard to really get pulled over for reckless driving.
Because you're swerving anyway, usually in a boat going,
that's called driving a boat. But, so I'm not sure, how these things usually go is the cops.
What about, like, hot chicks vomiting over the side and, like, puffs of smoke?
The vomiting and puffs of smoke might be bad.
No, okay, so no vomiting.
But the smoke thing, I mean, you can smoke a cigarette on your boat, and Tom told me something yesterday.
No, nobody smokes cigarettes on my boat.
Tom told me something yesterday that really changes the way I looked at boats. And not to say that I am a ramdavesy man, but Tom told me yesterday that in the state of Florida, it is legal for you to be completely naked on your own vessel.
Well, okay, so I looked
Did you do a little more research on that, or is that true?
Captain Stabbin proved that point.
I'm glad you bring up you know what?
Here's what
you
I
brought
don't
up
know.
classic pornography, and for that reason, you're one of my favorites.
Here's what it didn't go into the details, so it is legal to be nude on your boat.
It's your own property.
It's your own property,
It's your
right?
own property.
Not with kids though.
On the boat.
Yeah.
Only if those kids are nude. Only if the kids are nude, too. Kids have to be nude, too.
Yeah, maybe your own kids. I don't know. But then I was like,
well, you can put a bandana around their eyes.
Can I be at the Lake Conway sandbar and then be nude on my boat with a bunch of people around? I'm like, that can't be illegal, right?
Yeah.
But then again, like I said, in Miami, the Columbus Day Parade or Regatta, they're nude on their boats. You see nude people. At least when I was a kid.
It would be weird being chased though, or being handcuffed nude on your boat. That would be bad.
Maybe you have to be a certain amount off the shore, like a feet off the shore or something like that, because the sandbars are usually kind of closer.
Or a certain distance from another boat that can see you nude.
Or you have to be a certain distance from a school boat.
Or you have to be.
You can't have a bar boat close to a school boat.
Or you have to be a 6 through a 10 on the scale of hotness to do.
See, I kind of agree with that. If you're a big fat chungus, I just got to feel like you should be. You know what? Safety check. Board the vessel.
And maybe if you're below a 6, you get a safety check.
Yeah, you got a safety check.
They said as long as you're not doing anything lewd. Although.
Yeah, I think you can drive it. Like if I have a flaccid penis and I'm standing driving your boat and I just drive through the sandbar
I can see it just
and
going,
people see me, I don't think anybody can do anything. Now the cops may come over, but I think I can go sovereign citizen. I am allowed to have a flaccid penis and drive my own boat.
I always pee off the back of my boat because I'm so drunk all the time. I'm joking.
Usually we just jump
while you're doing pee. Yeah.
Anyway,
because
so Crystal,
when you say pee off, you jump in the water and pee. You don't just,
while the boat's going. Usually when we're going up and back from St. Augustine or whatever.
We usually put it in neutral and jump halfway in the water
because
and do this thing as we look at everyone pee.
Because it's a boat, I just piss all over your steering wheel and all over your instruments and everything. I'm like, hose it off later.
And then when I'm peeing off the back, there is boats in the distance, like coming in my direction, but they're so far. I'm like, they can't see. They can't.
The waves they can't see my penis.
It wasn't so small. Yeah,
they can see what I'm doing.
But he shaved so he can see it better.
But the light glare off it, then we might be able to see it.
It's big and so shiny, pink shiny.
I have to wonder. I'm like, if a cop sees me doing this, is because
pink shiny dick, look like an anodized motorcycle parts.
And then
pink anodized motorcycle
and then that
parts.
person has kids on the boat and they see it, then you're exposing yourself to a child.
You know what? Everything I'm saying could be not true, but Tom told me yesterday that we could be naked on our own boat, and I was like, you know what? That's awesome. Like, I think that's awesome. Like, I think it's cool that you can be allowed to ride in a boat. Your wife's fucking naked. You're naked. You're riding your boat.
That's freedom. That's cool freedom.
That is cool freedom. And it's got to feel good, man.
I just
like even on your bick or even your bush getting all poofy.
Now, before anybody gets naked on their boat, like I heard Tom say it, so I don't know because I look.
Do you want me to ask ChatGPT?
You just dream this.
The internet said this, but
the internet said this.
I don't know if it's this counts if you are in a group of boats together.
right,
Although, like I said, I remember when I was a kid at big Columbus Day regattas.
But they were driving as they did it.
No, they were at the Elliott Key Sandbar at a sandbar party nude on their own boat. And so, but then
You
I was
got to
like,
do Florida, though, because it's different state to state.
yeah. But there's something about being nude on your own boat. Anyway.
I've never been nude on a boat.
It really is vague. Yeah, it all comes down to whether or not the nudity is vulgar. So again, if I'm driving my boat with a tiny little elevator pecker and there's nothing sexual happening, I'm drinking a beer, I have on this hat, I'm completely naked, elevator button out, my wife's titties are out and her bush wide open, and we're just riding our boat. As long as no sex is going on, Maisie's in the back with her iPad. Like, we're fine.
If I saw that, I would think nothing of it. I'd be like, cool, man.
Yeah, that's true freedom. I feel like you have to do this. I feel like we have to do this year. One time. I'll go with you. I'll go. Will you go? Will you ride?
Well, I'll go side by side, 2 boats side by side, naked.
Yeah, I'll go with you. I'll be on. Which boat can I be on?
Well, you got to split the difference. You got to go half.
Yeah. I will go. I'll put my legs like Jean-Claude Van Damme between both boats.
That's exactly what I was
thinking. Hold on, I'll drive your boat, and you go Jean-Claude Van Damme naked between both. But can you do the split?
I can do the front. Almost. I can probably get there.
And then we drive the boats with his, and then your dick's just dangling down.
In the water.
Last question about boats. Have you put gas in your water tank yet?
No.
All right. That's going to happen soon.
I haven't even opened my water tank yet.
Anyway.
It's coming.
Yeah.
You've done that?
No.
That's real funny. That's stupid.
Who would do that? Nobody would do that.
It's incredibly stupid.
So another thing I saw on Seth's social media is a student of his, a karate student. It must have been their birthday. And then Seth made the.
Pulled down their
Is this mine or my karate?
You pulled their geese down. You spanked their bare bottoms. I love that.
No.
My Shion used to do that to our stomachs, but no. So, he used to open our geese and smack our stomachs hard as
I used to like bend them over real so their balls hang down. You're hitting my balls.
And then this was. It looked like a post that maybe the parent put of this student on Seth's social media.
This man spanked my son's bare bottom. Hit his balls.
And what the video is I guess the birthday kid, which just judging by the size of him must have been 7 or 8. I don't know.
Bigger than me,
small,
right? Yeah.
Small child.
Bigger than you.
A little guy, yeah. Most of them are.
Standing there, and then while a line of other students and adults would go up to him, and I couldn't really tell if they were actually punching him or just doing the...
Oh, you have to beat him into the game.
doing the fake, like, punch you with, like, 1 inch left. To
scare you?
Yeah, to scare you, punch your face.
Oh, what's up next? They're going to try to spit down. Oh, let me dangle spit. Oh, let me suck it back up.
It's called the birthday punch. And yes,
the birthday punches.
Yes, my nephew just got it. Yes, last night. Alex, he just turned 13. So all the students and me, Tracy, lined up.
Tracy,
and we did a reverse punch right in his gut.
What?
And then I toe kicked him too after.
So tell me about this birthday punches.
Oh well, I mean, okay. So when you sport karate, like when you saw in the Olympics a few years ago, whenever that was, you have to have absolute focus. So you punch as hard as you can, as fast as you can. Without making contact, you just barely touch the gi and have to pull it back. So if you could hit like a on point like that as fast as you can, as hard as you can punch 2 inches past and get a knockout if you really want to hit them, right? But you have to have that focus. When we're sparring, we punch full go, we go as fast as we can, but we don't make hard contact. So that's the training we do when we do like little birthday punches. We go as hard as we can, as fast as we can, but we just touch the gi. We don't really like kind of hit them as hard.
But occasionally.
But occasionally. But there's like little kids doing it, so they sometimes they punch like
that.
I'm good. I usually give a little thud to them to like, hey, it's sensei punching you in the stomach. It's not that hard, but it's a love tap. It's a love tap.
In dance, I see they kick Maisie right in the puss. They're like, get up straight. You get up straight.
And then for the little kids, the girls, we have to tell the boys you hit right above their belt because they're punching them in their chests and stuff like that.
So you can't do that.
We got
number one cause of breast cancer in America is gi punches.
Now I saw this. Now I saw the kid.
Oh yeah, the dad posted it.
The birthday boy was flinching every time, scared because as adults, the 1 inch punch.
I bet Jackal loves that. Jackal's running up there. He's like, he's chopping his crotch.
And I'm like, this is cool. rule for everybody? This is what
Jackal wants me to beat his son. He's like, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, Jackal.
Take the bamboo stick and go at it. I'm like,
kendo him up. Yeah. Start hitting.
I don't do that.
Hitting his shins.
Yeah, I like it because
how would you like? You pulled your boys out. For
you liked it so much. Your boys were there for how long?
Push-ups are too tough for that.
I like it. They hate it, but I like it.
There's not enough Tootsie Rolls being thrown out.
Actually, there's a couple kids that asked for it. They're like, it's my birthday. Can I get the birthday punches? I'm like, yes, you can.
You guys are going to be cutters when you're in high school. Listen to Marilyn
They're
Manson.
going to be well adjusted.
All right. So anything else, Seth? Oh, last question. How's the house going? Sold it?
Yeah. Can we get an update?
Why do you gotta can we just not talk about it?
Is it bad?
No, it's not bad. I had a showing yesterday, but it's just getting everything ready for it. Just me, Tracy, the baby, and literally making the house immaculate and show ready. It's just a lot. It's a lot.
Now, what do the people say that makes
this person
them not
liked it a
buy
lot?
it?
This person liked it a lot. There was no negatives about that. This person so far that they said so.
But do you say if you like it so much, why don't you buy it?
Of course I do.
That's what I would say. I was like,
I would pop out of the oven. I would pop out of the oven and say that.
I'm at the point now of writing a letter to each person that comes and sees it and
begging them.
Don't do that. That's creepy.
And being like, this is the owner.
Don't
You're
do
gonna
that.
love this. Yeah.
Then people start thinking the place is haunted.
Yeah.
Like when people are begging you to take it out
the
their hands.
last person, like I said, the one person wants to go after it, but they have to sell their house in New Smyrna first. So that's just little things like that.
That's what I tell my girlfriend. I'm I gotta break up with a wife first.
Some people just little things, like the color. I'm like, you could change the color. It's paint. It's people are kind of dumb like that.
Okay, if you look at a house and you I don't like the color and walk out instantly, you're a moron.
That is weirdly a thing, though.
Yeah.
It is.
In the real estate industry,
insane.
that they don't like the layout of the furniture and stuff, and they don't.
I hate this couch.
One person said, I don't like the style that I decorate my freaking Game of Thrones sticker. That's why I took everything out. But even though people should look past that, they don't, and they just see that and they can't see their own shit in there, and they just I don't like this, and I don't like the house. It makes no sense.
If they don't have a vision, and with my little house, the little house I had, you'll remember this. I had a room very similar to Seth's, except we called it the Vampire Bowling Alley. It had bright red. The carpet was as red as that couch. Cool. Like bright red. Yeah, it's cool. But it had black leather curtains. And all of the furniture looked like a very 50s style, almost like a bowling alley. Like very,
I remember.
Almost like ska. Almost like ska style.
Like it was Mighty Boston's living room.
Yeah, exactly. It looked like Dickie Barrett's living room. And then it was almost like when we went to sell the house, there was a good group of people that would look at the house. And this is when houses were like, you were selling, this was the bottom of the market. So I wasn't making a lot of money, and people would walk through and they'd be like, this carpet is just. I'm like, you're ripped. That's a $200 piece of carpet. The reason it's red and the reason I bought it was
easily changed out.
It was the cheapest piece of carpet that Andrea and I could afford. We didn't have any money. We went to the carpet guy. We're like, what's your cheapest carpet? He's like, I have this bright red. He's like, we're sold. We'll work around it. We bought the red carpet because it was good carpet.
Yeah,
but we got the best carpet. Yeah, but it was bright blood red.
I feel like that's why house flippers that literally just look at the skeleton of the house can make so much money. Is because people are like, they walk into a dump and they're like, oh my god, and they don't, and then a flipper will be like, dude, I can flip this.
That's what we used to do.
Paint floors, whatever, and then I'll sell this shit for $100,000 more than
Like
that's
Vanilla Ice, he does that.
That's why when I first bought the house, it was sitting for so long because people walked in and it was an absolute dump. Shit was everywhere, like it was all misconfigured. But I was like, I could see this, and then I turned it into what it is.
Do you think it would sell it more now if it looked like the dump?
No, I hope no, I don't think so. I hope not. So I put sickening to know
because sometimes just it being more generic, right? Like sometimes just the fact that it doesn't have your stamp on it makes it easier for people to see.
But no, it was way more closed off. There was walls everywhere and stuff that I opened up.
See, I love how big and wide open it is. Beautiful house.
So before we move on, you did mention when we were talking about coming in today, that you needed some therapy. And do we need to bring in a therapist? I thought about that.
We have one. We do.
I mean, that would help me out because I don't need to call. I don't have time to call one.
And she's serious.
We do some on-show therapy.
She's very serious. She's very good at what she does.
Woman.
And it's not a joke.
I go back and forth between whether I like the female therapist for myself or a male therapist to get more of my
What about a non-binary
Well,
therapist?
I can give you some therapy.
I'd relate to them the most, I think.
Okay. All right. We're gonna go. We're start looking.
Yeah. Like because I feel like, and also I don't know if therapy would actually do anything.
It did a couple times when I had a good therapist. It helped a little bit. But
What is a good therapist to you?
I don't know. It was they were asking
Telling
the
you
right,
what,
asking the right questions, giving me things to do, and
you're like,
what
that's
to do.
what I yelled at her, and the therapist is like, great job. And you're like, me glad you.
No, it's not therapist arguing with Tracy. It's just therapy of how it's just stressed. Well, if this house is sold, I won't need anything. I will still think I'm dying probably, but but at least I'll be like not stressed about money in the future for my daughter and all that.
You look like you're not in a hypo episode right now.
No, I'm good because my symptoms have come down and they're not.
What were your symptoms this time? What'd you have?
No, it was the B6 bullshit.
Oh, it was
the
the
twitching and the weakness.
Gotcha.
And like the burning and tingling.
Are you strong again?
And I'm getting back. I'm getting back there. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel better for sure.
Who's stronger, you or Tom, right now? Because Tom doesn't have the gay disease you just told us about. I made you laugh. Okay, good. All right.
Seth is
Trying to
stronger.
cheer you up.
I did. For a second, I
got so
did
much
think.
time to work out.
I've had many HIV tests. Just to make sure. Many.
I know. Because
How many HIV tests have you had?
He'll just start spiraling.
It's at least.
Have you had
It
more
was
than
at least 2 a year. Oh yeah.
2 a year, dude. You're with the
Every
same
6 months.
woman.
But that was before Tracy. Before Tracy,
okay.
I was having 2. Oh well, during I did once. Yeah. Just to be sure. Just to be sure I wasn't like.
You didn't trust her.
Yeah. Just to be sure. But then that's the time I walked in and they're like, "Are you a homosexual male?" I'm like, "No." They're like, "Why are you in here?" I'm like, "I'm testing myself for HIV." Like, "You don't need to do this." I'm like, "What do you mean I don't need to do this?"
Look at his mustache.
What kind of like education? They were trying to tell me not to take it because I can't get it, or it's very hard for me to get HIV. I'm like, I don't know if that's correct,
Who
sir.
was telling you this?
Just telling you.
The person taking the blood. Like,
Dr. Grandma? It was Dr. Grandma.
I don't want to shout out the business because I don't want to throw them under the bus.
Please
but
don't. Please don't.
I'm not. But what the hell?
Was it like Dr. Big Black Mama was telling you, like, baby, you don't need to be here, baby?
Just tell them you do heroin. They'll do that.
That's
Are
what
you
they
a
said.
gay
They said, "Am I a
man?"
drug user?" I'm like, "No."
And
They're
then she
like,
was like, "Why are you here, baby?" And you're like, "I'm here to test if I got AIDS." And she's like, "You don't need it. Are you gay?" And you're like, "Me no gay." And she's like,
I did say
you
it
know,
like that.
and then she's like, "You don't need to do this, baby." And you're like, "But me want to, me crazy."
Micro cuts on my penis. That's what they.
Micro cuts.
That's what right.
This from shaving. I
It
did
is
like that.
micro cuts.
And then an anal, and then
You
I
have
get
micro
straight.
cuts on your penis. You have
Anal
micro
sex
cuts-
and
you have
shaving your
micro cuts
penis
on the
and anal sex will give you HIV.
You have the micro cuts on the base of your penis. You have micro cuts on the base of your penis.
That's how you get it.
All right, let's take a break.
Or you get staph on your penis. I don't know.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. We got a ton of emails.
We
gotta
do.
go
We
through.
gotta. We have to get to them, or we're gonna. Or I'm just gonna have to throw them out.
We're gonna talk about a little bit of karate with Karate Kid Legends, a new movie coming out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ralph Macchio's in it.
Yeah.
Jackie Chan.
We're gonna talk a little bit about that. Also, we got good music, crazy music today. Are you familiar with the show The Bear? Do you watch the show The Bear?
The cocaine thingy?
No.
Oh.
No, not
the chef show.
the
I was
chef
thinking of Cocaine Bear. Isn't that a thing?
Yeah, that's a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, The Bear is an award-winning, I think it's on FX, show. And one of the characters on that show is one of my favorite internet personalities of all time. It's a gentleman by the name of Matty Matheson. He is a world-famous chef. And you can find him, Something's Cooking, on YouTube. He has a Toronto hardcore band called Pigpen, and they are awesome. He's the lead singer. He's a ginormous 300-pound mega tattooed chef man. A lot of people, if you see him, you're like, oh, I know who that guy is. This is their first single. The name of the band, Pigpen. The name of the song, Mental Mad.
It's a mediocre time with Tom and Dan.
Put some respect on my name.
Respect our name.
I ain't gonna say it no more.
You cracker ass motherfuckers. Motherfuckers. Motherfuckers.
Light bulbs, things would be dark without light bulbs. A walk in the park would be frightful. Imagine a world without light bulbs. Things would be dark without light Imagine a world without light bulbs. Things would be dark without light bulbs. Light bulbs put a socket in a socket, or we'll always be blind without light bulbs.
Welcome back to a mediocre time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom. Seth is here. KarateOfOrlando.com is Seth's dojo website.
Yes.
If you want to learn karate and have your kids get punched for their birthday.
Yeah. Who's your oldest? Who's your oldest participant at the Karate of Orlando?
Donald is 65.
Okay, and your youngest is?
03.
No, 3 to 65?
Yeah.
They're
That's
learning
pretty awesome.
the same
Together.
karate.
I have them going together.
That's pretty awesome, though.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah.
Well, obviously, they're separated. Tiny Tigers is 3 to 5 years old.
Yeah.
Kid Cobras is 6 to 11 or 12, depending. And then, the regular adult classes is 13 and up, usually.
Yeah. You ever get one of those kids in there and you're like you instantly know how, you're like, oh, God, this guy, he can go a little higher. He's not a tiny tiger. He can,
sometimes
he's
even
more of a cobra.
5-year-olds is kind of like the teetering of where I go low. If they can last more than 30 minutes, I put them in the kid cobra class because tiny tigers are only 30 minutes long.
5 birthday punches.
Yeah, it's 5 good ones though.
Yeah, man.
So speaking of karate, karate legends, Ralph Macchio, Jackie Chan. By the way, I looked up how much Jackie Chan is worth. How much do you think he's worth?
Ooh.
Okay, let's slow down just a little bit because
yeah.
here, let's walk through this. Let's try to do this like Tom would do this. Jackie started doing this stuff very, very early and started making movies very, very early and was a big star overseas before he even broke out over here, right?
Yes, but it was
but he was getting paid in Chinese dollars. What is that?
Yeah, and also I don't know how much Chinese movie stars make because the government's involved.
The government, exactly. That's all.
There's like a limit to it. It's not capitalism over there, you know. Like so,
a lot of them are propaganda films.
Like so there may be like some base Chinese pay that the government is, I have no idea.
And then
it works.
he broke out in America now correct me, in the 90s.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So, and then he became a standout star on his own in the 90s. Then he showed his comedic side. That's when we got like Shanghai Noon. Yeah. And then he became beloved.
Chris Tucker.
Then he had a cartoon show. Let's not forget that, guys.
Okay.
Do you guys remember the Jackie Chan Saturday morning cartoon show?
No.
He had a Saturday morning cartoon show. I'm secretly guessing that this is going to be a very high number.
Yeah. What do you think, Seth? Jackie Chan.
20 million.
All right.
Okay.
No, maybe I should.
Well,
have more.
I know that I looked up somebody's net worth today. It was in the headlines. The Phil Robinson, the Duck Dynasty guy that owns Duck Commander. He just died 2 days ago, and when he died leaving an amassed wealth of $12 million.
Okay.
And that's just the Duck Dynasty guy. So it's got to be more than that. So I'm gonna go. What'd you say?
I said 20, but I'm thinking more. But I'll stay with 20.
I mean, I'm trying to do what Tom does and be conservative, but it's gonna be a gross number. I bet 50 million. I'll go way higher than
400 million.
Yeah, it's a gross number.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah.
How did he?
It must maybe that Chinese propaganda money is more than we thought.
Yeah.
Also,
maybe the government's actually giving him lots.
He's been in a lot. I think it's the amount of movies he's done, and maybe like those original Chris Tucker movies, and that mixed with the amount of people in China too. I don't know. Maybe because
he's a global star.
Yeah, think about how many Chinese expats there are around the world that he maybe can monetize outside of China. I don't know, but 400 million.
Do you think purely based on the fact that he is he Chinese?
Yes.
Okay. So purely based on that, just seeing somebody that looks like you, right, with the most amount of people, you have the most amount of eyes, right?
Billions.
It'd be like if you it'd be like if you can break through to the Indian. Whatever into because I know there's action movies and there's Bollywood movies and Indian cinema's got so many different variations and it's crazy. You can get in there.
That's why Hollywood likes doing superhero movies because
WWE is doing this now too.
Because it's easy for India and China to follow, especially and you dub it, and then now you have billions of people that can possibly watch it, and so we forget how small of a population the United States has compared to India and China. It's like,
and even then,
400 million is nothing compared to 2 billion.
And then also regionally, I feel like we're also different here. East Coast, West Coast. Like if you look at like just North America, it's like tiny little countries.
Plus, I don't see him spending it a lot on anything. You don't see Jackie Chan out on a yacht naked doing stuff. Right? You don't see him like driving on a big fancy car. Maybe he's like really good at investing and all.
I mean, culturally, if you want to stereotype him, right, he's going to be very wise with his money, right? Like, I mean,
and just buy a lot of fried rice is what you're saying.
No, I'm thinking. I mean, that's a little further than I wanted to go. But, yeah, that's all you. But no, I was thinking like, yeah, he'd probably. That's definitely generational wealth. I mean, the Chans are fine from now on out.
And then I looked up Ralph Macchio, $8 million.
Yeah, I know. I remember looking up recently and be like, I thought it'd be more.
Nah.
To be honest.
Well, he never really did anything after Karate Kid.
My cousin Vinny, are you serious?
Well, that was the only thing.
Did he want to do more, or did he?
Also, during the time, similar to like the Pee Wee Herman documentary, and how shocked how little Paul Rubens was worth. Like it says his net worth was $5 million. Less than Ralph Macchio, and freaking Pee Wee Herman. But
did you
it's
guys
also at a time like think
Pee Wee Herman.
the Karate Kid movies, and even what was the other movie you just mentioned that he was in? My Cousin Vinny. That a different time in the fact that pre-social media, able to monetize your celebrity personally. You know what I'm saying? You had to have someone pay you.
He was in The Outsiders too, right? Yeah, I think he was in The Outsiders, which was a huge movie, 80s.
It was a huge movie, but he didn't break like everybody else.
No,
really.
he didn't. Yeah,
everybody else like broke, I think, and then he broke later with Karate Kid. Karate Kid, the first one, the way I remember it, and I don't know if you remember it this way, and I know we're similar in age, and other people listening that are similar to my age of 48, like tell me what you think, but first Karate Kid came out and I loved it, but second Karate Kid, there's something about the second Karate Kid that in my mind is perfect. It was like perfect. It was like the ads worked. It was like I was the right age. I saw the commercials on TV.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like everything leading up to it. The soundtrack was Peter Cetera doing "I Can Be Your Knight in Shining Armor"
from a long time ago. Yeah. I asked Tracy to have that wedding song for that.
But. So I'm telling you, there's something very special about Karate Kid 2.
Yeah.
I feel like Karate Kid 2, there's something very, very special about that movie. Like, I even remember at the ending feeling like I think, because he has to go to, does he go to China and he's fighting?
He goes to Japan.
He goes to Japan and he's fighting. I don't know. I don't know.
He goes to Okinawa
and
to be
he's
exact.
Fighting,
yes.
And then he fights the guy, and then they kick the bridge away, and then they all do the drum thing, right?
The drum thing. The secret for Miyagi-Do is the drum
and
the
then
drum technique.
Everybody had the drum thing. My dad bought me one of the drum things. He's like, I got you, Stan Lee. I got you one of these goddamn Ching Chong drum things.
They did sell them in Nassau, Bahamas.
Yes.
And,
Nassau, Bahamas. Of all places.
Yeah. And Cancun and any cruise port.
I remember being mad seeing that when I was a little kid, being like, this isn't real. Like, I remember being pissed off seeing that.
They put anything on it. Yeah. They put like Dukes of Hazzard.
On a Karate Kid drum.
I remember bringing a weed leaf on one of them. What the fuck is this?
They put anything on it.
So mad.
It was like stuff at the time that was like super popular.
Yeah.
Shirt tails, Dukes of Hazzard, weed leaf, Bob Marley.
Yeah.
But I remember like there's something powerful about that movie, and watching at the end, I think there's a love scene. I remember thinking like, oh wow, this is it, man. This is look at them. They're all back together.
I think we had a call. Let's see who's calling us here.
Thanks for calling A Mediocre Time. Who's this?
What's up, guys? It's Rob from Winter Garden, man. How are y'all?
Good. Rob, what's on your mind?
Not much, man. Hey, I'm pretty caught up on the BDM stuff, and I didn't really realize what a podcast button was. And I'm listening to, I think it's January of this year when you guys did like the old school radio phone calls. Oh my God, I thought you guys were funny. If they didn't think you were funny then, if they listen to that has me absolutely dying.
Wait, when was this? I need to send this to people.
What show is this?
Old timey radio.
It was right at no. When you guys did it's on the podcast part of the app, not the BDM or the ACT. It's on the podcast.
I'm too old for that. I don't even know my own show.
So it's on the podcast. And in January, is a Friday free show from January?
Probably, yeah. I just started this year's on that. Oh, my God. You guys are killing me. I think it was when the wildfires were coming on, and you were asking people how the fires were affecting them and where the gas was, and then nobody understood to play along with it. And
Oh, no, that was ACT.
Yeah. We were mocking the hurricane people. Yeah, that's when we were.
You're listening to ACT Best Of, which is on our AMT feed.
It's all fucked up.
Oh, sir,
It's all fucked up. We're sorry.
But
thank you for being here. We need you more than we've ever needed you.
Did you just realize?
you got me.
You just now found podcasts.
No, I just never clicked on it because I've been a listener for a long time, just not a BDM for that long. And oh my God, man, that is. I mean, you guys are. I think it's more funny without the cursing. It's absolutely ridiculous.
I tell him that. But he's like, we need the fucks and we need the cunts.
I'm bad at that.
You laughed at me.
That was the trick. I just proved to you what you were saying is bullshit.
You like the cursing.
You love the cunts. You love it.
Sir, what do you do for
I do like it.
What do you do for a living? You sound like a real man.
I'm a landscaper. You called me a drunk landscaper last time.
Sorry.
We take that back. How's the drinking going?
So let me. I fantasize about being a landscaper sometimes.
Every day.
Yeah, because I was like, so much easier. I'll just
put in my earbuds.
Yeah,
you think everything is easier until you go see the actual work. You thought being a karate instructor was easy. It is not.
He said being a karate instructor is very easy, especially when your hot girlfriend does it.
I like living a life where I think every job is easier than my own. It's a better way to live.
You got a cake.
It makes this job easier.
You literally have it made.
But also miserable and same thing.
Yes, sir.
Just go outside at about 3 o'clock, Tom, and put your earbuds on and put your long sleeve shirt on and your hat, and you won't ever have that fantasy again. Absolutely miserable.
Well, see, that's where we differ. I see all these landscapers with long sleeve shirts and then goddamn gaiters on covering their whole face, their full body. I'll do it shirt off, old school 70s landscaper.
Like Coney.
Yeah. I'll just put some sunscreen on and
this gonna be like naked cowboy.
Yeah. Get a tan out there.
Y'all are awesome, man. Keep it up, guys.
All right. He's tired of you.
He's busy landscaping.
He's fucking tired of you.
I wanted to ask him how many times he peed in a bottle and threw it in the That happens a lot.
Is that what Crystal does to you? Like when you're talking to her and then you say something and they're like, all right. Okay. All right. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, you're great, buddy.
He just real man you because you're like, you were ramping up and you still had stuff to say and you're like, and he goes, all right, man, whatever the fuck.
Here's what I like. He liked the show so much, and it was so funny that he was compelled to call us and tell us, right?
It's because we're not being funny right now. We need to.
He wants to get back to listening to older shows.
That's the key to this show being good is to go back and listen to the older shows. I've told people.
But think about this. Like, you like this podcast so much. You're laughing. You're like, oh, my God, this is so funny. Like, I'm going to call these guys. I'm going to tell them. So then you call us, and now we're talking to you. Real time talking to you, the people that you thought were so funny, and you're like, I can't take this anymore. Shouldn't this be your
careful what you wish for?
The highlight of your month, talking to the guys you like so much, and that's what it confuses me.
I want to do it right now. I'm like, okay, Tom, all right.
Exactly. He's probably just drinking and felt like, this feels good to call somebody.
No, I don't think he's drinking. I think he's just being nice.
Like, I'll listen to Ross Tucker's football podcast.
Do you text him?
I don't know. I want to because I have his number. And I was like, oh man, I could be talking to him.
So what's stopping you?
Because I would know how much he would hate that.
I don't think he would. I think if you just texted him, like, just out of the blue one time and just like, hey, I was listening to your show. It's Tom from Tom and Dan.
No, they were bothering someone.
You're great.
No, you bother him though.
No, it'd only be bothering if you hit him a bunch of times. You're only gonna hit him once, right?
But if I'm on the phone, I'm talking to him. I'm not gonna be like, all right, Rob, I can't take it anymore. I'd be excited the whole time.
No, you got to give him just a little bit and make him want more of you.
Have you tried it?
Yeah, when we have him on the show, and then he gets tired of talking. He's like, I could only do 20.
You gotta get out of here, guys. I'm sorry.
I'm too famous.
That embarrasses me when we're doing an interview or somebody, and then we had somebody on our
I literally tell you every time I have to leave by a certain time.
But
I'm not
about you make up things. You're like, I got an MRI.
I do have to go to the doctor after this.
Oh, come on.
I'm going to neurologist after this.
A neurologist?
2 times a week for my accident.
Oh,
my team. Remember, I got T-Mobile.
Oh yeah, you tried to. Okay, yeah. All right.
I got to go to
I got to
my
keep that up.
headache's
Go
bad.
get your settlement or whatever.
So, all right. So, Tracy sent me the story, and we talk about AI a lot, and this is pretty fascinating. So, there's this company that came out that invented this thing called the orb.
Yeah, it's Sam Altman. It's the same gentleman that created ChatGPT. It's that guy. He's got a different company.
Not your orb, a different orb.
Yeah. And this guy.
The irony of it being called that was kind of ridiculous.
That's why she sent it to me, I'm sure. Yeah. So it's this basically size of a beach ball type. It looks like a webcam, and it is a camera, but it's the size of a beach ball. So like a huge webcam. And what the orb does, and it doesn't, I'm sure it explains somewhere about how it actually works, but it essentially verifies that you're a human and then gives you some sort of...
Well, it does a retinal scan.
Yeah, retinal scan, verifies you're a human, and then saves the information, and then basically assigns you some sort of blockchain-like code.
Yeah, a 10,000 unit code.
Yeah, that's impossible to hack or whatever, and then essentially you register yourself as a human, so that this person believes that in the future this will be valuable because we will be in a world where it's impossible to know what humans are posting and what AI is posting, because it's already happening where AI is posting on social media, also posting on Reddit pages. This is a fascinating stat. In the article, it talks about the Reddit, what is it, or Change My Mind?
Yeah, Change My Mind. I'm in that group, actually. So it's funny to hear you say this.
So there's a subreddit.
Okay, keep going. I'm confused a little bit, but go ahead.
Yeah, we'll double back.
I'll explain. So there's a subreddit called Change My Mind. It's where people get on there and then they have a viewpoint, and then they look for other people to comment and try to
just give me a different side.
Try to change their mind. It's like that meme where someone's sitting there at the fucking table and they're like, change my mind.
I think that's how it started, really.
New cast of Harry Potter is wrong. Change my mind. That type of thing. Yeah.
And apparently,
I agree with that.
They found that that the AI responses were actually like 30% more successful to changing people's minds than humans responding. And I'm not sure, they didn't say how they knew what posts were AI or not.
How they knew which were bots and which weren't, how they vetted that, I don't know.
But essentially, now they believe all right, well, people can't tell if someone's making an AI comment under a YouTube channel or if they're talking to AI or not, especially in text. The voice part hasn't got good enough. So this person believes that in the future, it will be valuable for everybody to have one of these verifications.
It's called a world ID.
World ID.
Yeah, is what they want to call it. And I was wrong. It's not a 10,000 character. It's a 12,800 digit iris code. And it will issue you a world ID in exchange for you looking into the actual beach ball, device.
Do you have to buy this device, or you just,
no.
They're everywhere. And
you're just going and opting in.
Okay,
You don't have to buy it or anything. But because you opt in, they're going to give you verified users will receive free crypto called WorldCoin worth $42. So you give they give you something of value to opt in, and the goal, they say, is to proof of humanity. It's called, this will be your proof of humanity, and you will have to prove this to fight AI impersonators, bots, and spam.
So if I post something, how is that code what is it gonna say? Verified human
well
badge?
they haven't made any deals with the social media yet, but this is probably the start of it, essentially looking at it.
And it may not even be them that cracks the code. It could be somebody else that takes this idea and makes it better, and then they do it.
So
who knows?
All the social media, Reddit, all these different private companies would have to work with this company, and then therefore okay, this person's got a world ID, verified human, and then now we'll have some sort of check mark like Twitter's have or X, and then it's interesting because first, this guy's got a good idea, because we could be in a world where everybody's like, wait a minute, the internet is dead now because I don't know if there's a human I'm talking to or it's just all AI bots that are random. You know what I'm saying?
What am I even doing?
And so it's what is all these comments? Who are these people following me if they're all AI? You know, it's gotten out of control, and they're trying to, I guess, get in front of it.
Now, critics say, and I can already see some of them in the chat room, once you scan, you're in. There's no going back. Once you're scanned and in, you're scanned and in, and you're now authenticated. So the idea of staying, quote, off the map, whatever that means. I don't even know what that means anymore because how could you really do it?
Yeah, you're not.
But I'm just saying, that idea of off the map, whatever your conventional idea of off the map is, this is changing it radically. Right. Radically changing.
And think about, like, if this guy's right and this does become the new standard in the future, this company would be a gigantic billion-dollar company, you know, because if they're the only ones doing it, then, you know, or it could not be a thing and something else could happen. But you know, this definitely could be a thing that everybody would have to do if they want to continue to post and be taken seriously as a human. If they even care about that. Some people may not even care.
Yeah, the main question that even the chat room asked before I can even ask it first, will this tech verify humanity, or will it just help bots blend in with human permission, is what people think. It's like, it's a great idea, but how do you pull it off to make it foolproof?
Yep, yeah, who knows? Yeah, because then it's like, could there be some AI that gets in the maybe that's the whole point of this company.
There's always ways in, right?
I guess it's like it can only verify it if it does this retinal scan, and then once it gives you that code, then you know, but the company has, it's not the government's controlling it.
Yeah.
So it's like this company could then have a bunch of AI bots.
This company could be AI itself.
Well, okay,
whoa, man.
And let's talk about
the beginning of a goddamn Terminator.
Let's talk about this real quick too. A lot of the reason why people are skeptical, and I would argue you have good reason to be skeptical, is because originally Altman and OpenAI and ChatGPT, it was like a not-for-profit thing.
Yeah.
And it's now been adjusted to a profit thing.
Oh yeah,
Dude, so the idea. So you see what I'm saying? Like, it's not everything's. You know, it's like
the ChatGPT, the company or whatever, whoever's behind it, has made an insane amount of money. Like,
$300 billion.
Yeah, the amount of users, something like 45,000 users a second or something that ChatGPT has, and they're all paying a monthly fee. It's got an insane amount of subscribers.
Now, what do you say? What do you think of this statement here? They say the system could become mandatory to access key parts of the future internet, turning the orb from optional curiosity into your digital passport. So, for instance, the internet as we know it now, the dead internet, I guess, to use Tom's term, would become the, like, plebeian, poor people, poro internet that everybody can use. It's literally useless because it's just bot land. And the beautiful internet with all the real verified people that are using it, that's cleaned up and pretty, is the one you got to sell your orb soul to get verified with a 12,800 code binary link. That's wild.
Yeah, it's getting pretty intense.
That's wild.
I would have been way more excited for the story if that little beach ball would just follow you around and like play movies, or
it's not
holograms projected, or like that sort of thing. That's what I thought you were doing.
Now, Tom mentioned something earlier that made me laugh, because they already rolled this out earlier this year. There's 7,500 of these things all across the world, I guess.
No, it's just in the United States.
Oh, is it just the United States?
They send them,
But they said they put them in like malls and bodegas.
It's like a red box kind of thing where like they just wanted to put them in
malls.
Public area. No, I know public areas.
Malls around here are thriving. Go
so that you you could have access to it or whatever.
Florida Mall is good
maybe
luck.
Florida.
Good luck going to Florida Mall.
We're by
Florida
Fashion
Mall
Square.
tomorrow will be literally the most butt-fucked place on the planet. The malls have just
I don't
pivoted.
go to the Florida Mall.
They just pivoted.
Millennium.
I mean, they may not last that much longer, but you go to any mall right now, and it is teen crazemo.
Yeah, no, well, it's we didn't need the amount of them, so it just
the good ones last.
The good ones,
and then so there's still people that want to go to the mall. My son still enjoys going to the mall, like, because it's weird to him. Like he didn't grow up in a society where his mom, like us, was dragging him to the mall for school shopping. You know, so it's like, and we're all like, oh, we don't want to go to the mall.
Yeah, different relationship.
And then so now he goes there as a treat, and it's like an adventure to go to the mall.
Different smells.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Walking through a store is odd. You know, like, all the stuff are on the shelves. It's bizarre. You know, like, weird. Yeah, it's weird that it's all this stuff. You just like you bought it and now it's a resale. You know, it's an odd thing for him.
It is. It's absolutely wild.
And then along those same lines, there's been a rash of crypto kidnappers. Have you seen any of these stories, Seth?
No.
So like crypto now, like Bitcoin's at like 110,000 or whatever. And so people are being kidnapped in other countries or attempted to be kidnapped like their kids because they've been open about how much crypto they've had for the past like 10 years.
Yeah.
And now it's gotten to the point where they've been so open about it on whatever podcast they're on or whatever promoting it. You know, a lot of the crypto guys have been screaming about how good crypto is for a while. So those same guys are
well,
now,
they run it loose too.
And now all of a sudden, like people do the math. We're like, wait a minute, you know, 20 years ago you were talking about how you owned 50 Bitcoin back when they were $100 or whatever, and you've been talking about it, and now it's 110,000, and now you're a multi-millionaire, and you're just walking around without security, whatever. Like, I'm gonna kidnap. Like, some of these people have made
kidnap you and do what, and then just have them transfer. Like, I don't know how that works.
Yeah, well, it's just like any kidnapping, you kidnap their loved ones or themselves, and then force them to transfer the Bitcoin.
2 weeks ago,
which is harder to track once you transfer.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, I'm sitting in here and I go, "Hey T, come in here." And there was like it was live. It was like a lady and her daughter that almost got kidnapped, and then this man that was standing out front, like these masked guys jump out of a van, they grab the lady, grab the daughter, they go to throw her in the van, and then this guy that just happened to be like a shopkeeper saw it. He's like, "This is crazy." He picks up a fire extinguisher and throws it at them. So they freak out, they jump in the van and peel out. The mom and the daughter are fine, but that was a daughter and a wife of a crypto baron, and they were going to steal his family and to get a ransom.
Right.
And then what was it yesterday that gentleman got away that another crypto guy, they capture him, they cut his finger off, they're torturing him for like a couple weeks. He ran out into the lobby.
Yeah, he got away.
He's begging people off the street to like take, like, it's getting nuts.
Because like they would essentially, like, once you have that Bitcoin, it doesn't have your name on it or anything. Like it could be, it's like cash.
It's like stealing cash.
Yeah,
sure.
Where it's like if they got it on some thumb drive or whatever, like your 50 million of Bitcoin, like you could easily get away with stealing it, you know. And
how do you sell it to make money off it? Like, is it just like a stock?
There is worth as like, you know, you could once you have that Bitcoin, you could transfer it into whatever denomination or whatever.
Yeah, it's just a different form of currency.
Yeah. So now I don't know. Like it gets into way more complicated. I'm sure like the underworld of criminals would know how to then take it and then turn it into, because you can't just obviously turn $50 million of Bitcoin into U.S. dollars and then not have any red flags come up, you know.
Yeah.
It's
a
like,
lot of them separate them into smaller meme coins is what I was reading. They have like, I got in deep this morning reading where like there are people online that now have lists of people that are like, quote, pseudo-influential in the Bitcoin area, meaning let's say that Tom and his sons did a Bitcoin channel back in 2007, and now they're keeping tabs on that guy to just...
I was like, oh, shit, I should have done this. Now everybody knows I have $50 million.
Next thing you know, you're pulling up to this guy's house because you know he's just an average Joe. He doesn't have full-blown security. He's not Diddy or anything, you know. He's not like these NFL players that have security systems, and they're just kidnapping average Joes that happen to be sitting on $1 million and chopping their fingers off.
Yeah, and a lot of these guys, they have they'll get millions of dollars of Bitcoin, but it's still like they believe it's that it's going to go up even further.
To the moon. So they're holding on, man.
They're holding on. So then essentially they're not living like millionaires.
No.
Because all their money's tied up in Bitcoin.
It's just on their phone.
And then other people on the internet know you have this.
And you could lose it easy too. Like if you lose that thumb or that phone or whatever.
Like, you're done.
You lose it, right?
Well, it depends. Like if now, like a Coinbase and Binance.
Well, with the big ones,
the big ones, yeah. But like it used to be back. You know, people have lost hundreds of millions. There's some guy that lost $1 billion worth of Bitcoin because
he's still looking. He bought the landfill. Did you see that?
Before there was exchanges here, they kept it on like thumb drives and stuff, and like so you just keep the chain, the Bitcoin chain, and on a thumb drive
or a hard drive.
So now there's actually legitimate companies that are that have.
Apparently, that guy, the guy that lost his in the landfill, raised money to buy the land, so he can continue to look for his billion or
in the landfill
or 500 million. He's just gonna have to dedicate his life. Like, I have to die here.
Imagine,
I would be searching.
But you do
you have to give up at some point. Like I gotta give my life back.
Because you're like, all right, do I dedicate my?
I mean, that's like your job. You just go 9 to 5 there.
But what if it's never there?
Yeah, and you never find it, and then you wasted your whole life.
Then you bequeath it to your grandson and have them.
What would you do?
Yeah, but you're wasting your life and their life. If that happened,
yeah, how long would you dedicate to
I'd
it?
kill myself because I could not.
Wait,
That's why we're
I mean, does he have an
That's the
idea?
right answer.
If it definitely went there, I wouldn't. But if he's not sure if it went there, then I would just.
No,
like,
he's sure. I think he's sure it went there because the
Okay.
trucks. He knows the.
Then you
route.
find out the date that the truck dropped
knows
off,
all
where
of
they
that.
dumped that
He
day, because
knows
they
all
dump
of
in
that.
certain
There's
spots.
tons of garbage.
He knows all of that. So now he bought the area. So now, and I don't think he's that old. So now I think from now until he dies, he has to search. And I don't. I bet you never finds it.
Yeah, it's
Dude,
like,
if you lost $1 trillion of cash sitting in a landfill, you'd go look for it. You wouldn't stop. It's like buried treasure.
No.
People waste their lives looking for buried treasure. It's
you
the
know what
same
I would
thing.
do?
they're wasting your life though.
Well,
Like,
that's not a waste if you're doing something you
I
love.
would hire.
you don't love it though. You love the
I
money.
mean, I would love the stink of it. That would suck, but I would.
Yeah.
I'd
That's
do
the
it.
thing. You
gotta
love.
get an army of homeless to look for you.
You'd have to just
I
convince
would-
yourself that if
I would pay them. I would promise 10% to whoever found it.
Yeah,
If
you'd
I-
have to get an army.
if I found this money, it would ruin my life. I don't want
You're
a
nuts.
$1
No
billion.
way. Yes, you do.
But in other words, you'd have to convince
You know how
yourself
many
that
boats you can get?
because
Out of all of
the
these,
likelihood of finding a goddamn thumb drive in a fucking landfill.
But it could happen.
I mean, I think it's acres. And the
Yeah.
idea, out of all the answers, the kill yourself is the only one that's sitting with me right now.
Doesn't
Because it's
matter.
the only one that I'm like, all these other ones, I'm just like, because I can't let that $1 trillion go. As soon as I said, all right, I give up, and I get back in the car, and Andrea and I are driving to Sweet Tomatoes to eat or whatever.
Yeah, like it's there. But
and then
it'll
I'd be like,
haunt you.
Take me back, take me back, take me back, take me back.
Yeah.
I'll look.
Yeah.
It would always haunt you. That's a bad thing, though. Like just knowing
Poor
that
guy.
it's there.
That would suck.
Especially if your family was hurting, right? Like,
Yeah.
let's say you didn't have a couple nickels to rub together and it was tight. I might be more apt to say, you know what, I'll dig a little more before I give up.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, you take a break?
Yeah, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll finish off with a bunch of emails.
Yeah, voicemail messages, email messages. There's still time if you'd like to call us, 1-844-TOMNDAN or show@tomanddan.com. The name of the band is Lost Fire. The name of the song is Got to Get Me Some. Now, I normally play like punk rock and all kinds of crazy music, but sometimes I like to be funky. We'll be right back. Again, show@tomanddan.com for last-minute emails.
Saw her floating in on a summer breeze. Another child of earth and mama, won't you please come and be my lady? I'll be your lover, ma'am. I can help you help me to finally understand. She said, got to get me some. Whoa! 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 It's been 7 years since she carried me away on a summer breeze in that delicious way. Count my blessings every single little day. She turns me around and round when I hear her say, she said, got to get me some. Whoa! 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 I was just a boy, caught up in my needs. I look back on those days like they was a disease. Since I put my root down, she showed me another way. Whispers in my ear like I was made of flesh. She said, got to get me some. Whoa! 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 Got to get me
#1 rock station, Z159 FM.
Right.
Your only home for the Hot Tub and Mini Fridge Morning Show and Dump 'em Out Fridays.
Ooh, yeah, a hot tub and mini fridge. Keep me cold and hot.
To a mediocre time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom. Let's do some emails.
All right. Yes. Emails, voice. Let's just jump right into it. Let's just jump right into them right now.
All right.
Tom, Dan, and special guest, if around, have you ever had a game changer mocktail? Currently can't bring myself to spend $8 on a drink that doesn't have alcohol. I do love some NA ciders and beers. I miss a Leader Brewery NA beers. Yeah, Leader is gone. They went out of business, and they were great.
There is a psychological aspect of a mocktail that does make sense. Last weekend on Memorial Day, I was hanging out with my buddy Joe. He was at a soccer tournament with his family, so we went over there to hang out. We were in the pool at the resort, and everybody was drinking, and I couldn't drink because I got this damn race this weekend.
Right. You're trying to stay straight.
And at this
Discipline.
Yeah, well, it's more of the alcohol lasts in my system way longer, like it dehydrates me. Like, and I tried to fight past it, and thinking I was like, I could still.
You gotta be like Tom Lawler chugging a whole bottle of wine a night before his fight for UFC.
Was it a whole bottle?
A whole bottle of wine.
God. Oh my God! How did he even fight? Did he win?
It was my fault. I talked him in.
Did he win?
Did he win his fight?
Yeah, he won that. He won that fight.
Because he's an animal.
Yeah.
Just a
We were in
fucking
Gainesville
filthy
partying it
animal.
up.
Although I would make the argument in an actual fight if
Maybe
he finishes
so
quick.
bad.
Like, the goddamn race will take me
He woke up the
hour
next
and 20
morning and was
minutes.
like, what the fuck why? What the fuck?
He's also, what is he, in his 20s at the time?
At the time, man.
Yeah.
What's he doing now?
He's pro wrestling. He's like literally traveling everywhere. Like,
oh, right on.
I don't know how he's still doing it. It's insane what he's doing to his body, but he's hurt now. I know he's injured right now. He's in a chat. He's
Oh, right on. Well, tell him we said hey.
Who's he pro
Seen that guy in
wrestling
forever.
He did everything.
Oh, he's jobbing all around.
Yeah. But literally like 3-4
that's
times
a rough
week.
life.
That's all he does.
Wait a minute. Is he Mickey Rourking it a little bit? Is he a couple weeks from slicing his fingers?
No,
and,
I think he's good. I think he's all right. I don't know. He's very shut off with us. I don't know.
Yeah.
All he does is insult us, so I don't know.
That's his love language. But anyway, back to mocktails.
Anyway,
I had a mocktail there in the pool, and it did feel better.
Yeah.
Just everybody was drinking. I'm drinking mocktail, and because usually I'd be like, oh, who gives a shit? I only want the alcohol.
Yeah.
But I was like, it makes it a more enjoyable atmosphere just sipping on some shit with a fruit in it.
I was at Total Wine about to get the fake rum for my brother because unfortunately I don't bring the show. He's going through chemo again.
Oh,
that
God.
sucks.
Yeah, it really sucks ass. So anyway, I text him, I'm like, hey, you want to have some of this? I'm like, I'll get it if you want it. He's like, fuck that, I want the real shit. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
But I was gonna get it for him that way he can enjoy a mocktail as we're having a drink.
Well, what is they're doing a lot of those. I've seen them at Target. They have the one that is a tequila. It is a alcohol-free tequila. And then I have also seen the alcohol-free rum.
Yeah, rum.
But I don't understand.
They had a whiskey there. They had everything there.
Yeah, like there's some weird products that are out now. Like Andrea brings into the house Fairlife milk, which is like a lactose-free milk.
They have the A2 milk now.
What the fuck
that
is
gets the A1.
A24 milk? It's got the goddamn bird. It's got the goddamn Tuesday bird on it. What is lactose-free milk? That can't be real. And then Andrea's like, oh, yeah, and I poured on my cereal, or I poured in a smoothie, like the Fairlife milk. It's got 13 more grams of protein than regular milk, and it's got no lactose in it. So how does that fucking work?
What is it? Some sort of nut milk?
No,
it's milk. They
super
engineer
pasteurize
the
it.
lactose out.
They pull the lactose out of it.
So it's animal milk,
Yeah.
but they just take the lactose.
Take the L out of the milk, so it's milk.
Do almond milk and stuff have oat milk have lactose?
No.
Okay.
It's
only in animal milk.
Yeah, but I will say, out of all the milks, Fairlife milk, plus it's got extra protein, so it's better for you. Like, it's a better milk than all the. It's expensive as fuck.
I want that lactose.
But
my baby only gets the whole milk, grass fed, expensive stuff.
Yeah.
Spending the money on that. Yeah.
Thick. Looks like old buttermilk.
But she's getting the hormone free stuff. I don't want her growing too early.
And don't get her any vaccines either. Those things will make it crazy.
Oh, yeah, she's vaccinated.
That's what I've heard. No, you got to keep them pure blood American patriots. That's what Maisie is, and that's why she's got such big muscles.
So there
and a pretty large penis.
Oh God.
I've talked to some parents that are doing the hormone HGH with their kids to make them grow taller.
Oh, that's what they were going to do with me, and my mom said no.
Yeah.
They asked my mom about growth hormones, and my mom was like, absolutely
What, you can give your kids hormones now?
Yes,
Yeah, you
HGH.
could do it back in the 70s.
Right, like when they're
No way.
when they're the growth, if they're going to be short, and you're like, oh,
But how do you know? You don't know that until like 18
Well,
years
if they're tracking less
Like percentile?
now, and then also just genetics, like if you look at the genetics of you and you're like, I mean,
I get it.
You could have a you could have a goddamn 6'9" Baron.
I don't know. Do you want a
Beer's
Baron?
99%
You don't want a Baron. You
6'9".
No, you want something in between. He looks like
I don't know if you
he's
could
too
control
long.
6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You want something 6'4".
Not girl,
sometimes
though.
a
I don't
9.
feel-
Yeah,
You got a big old.
he can't even walk in a door.
And then I'm like, well, is there any side effects or whatever? They're like, no, all good. I'm like, all right, because I think my sons are gonna be short. My dad was short.
We'll pump them up,
and that's what I want to do. But
Get 'em
Crystal's
up.
no, I'm not.
Yeah, I would be against. Sorry, buddy. I would say no to you.
Why not though?
I'm gonna pump up May
Because I know HGH like that makes your organs grow.
No,
like,
I'm pumping up May. I want her to look like Brock Lesnar's daughter.
Did you see that?
And I mean
the shot
strong.
putter?
And what I mean is strong.
Yeah, and then
Have you seen how strong she is?
Oh, no, I've
Holy
seen it.
smokes!
I've said this out loud to other parents, and
She could lift me and throw me.
They're appalled, and they're like, "Oh, what if they have cancer? It makes the cancer grow." And I'm like, "Well, if they have cancer, they're ruined anyway."
Right, that's true.
So what if they have cancer? That's your only retort.
Well,
to,
I would hope you check the kid for cancer before you pump him up with.
That costs too much money.
No, it's expensive. You don't want to pump up a cancer kid with growth hormones. You want to check for cancer first.
Well,
because it would be a waste.
But the cancer check is more expensive than the growth
Oh,
hormone.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Just shoot it there, then run it. Just run it.
Just risk it.
The hormones is a shot.
You're right.
You gotta get a whole PET scan. That's $10,000.
My mom would.
It's a lot of.
You get those when you don't need them, right? The PET scans.
I got a PET scan last year.
Yeah. My mom used to do that because I
got a CT and a PET right after that because I was still not convinced.
What did you have then?
How much did the PET scan cost? Because insurance won't cover that.
Insurance covered it.
Well, how you didn't even need it?
I don't know. I have no idea. My cancer doctor ordered it, and my oncologist.
You wasted insurance money.
Well, they owe me.
Do you know what you spend a year? Like, could you add it all up? You know, I got the final bill for my hip.
I don't want to know either.
I was wrong. Remember, I told you the final bill for my hip was $42,000. It was not.
God.
Do you want to know what my hip was total?
What?
100,000. Really?
Right under it.
Yeah.
$94,000.
Jesus.
Yeah. That's why the fucking the guy with the mask.
Yeah, exactly. It's a Luigi.
Yeah. No way it should have cost that much.
Hey,
$100,000. That's what a house used to cost.
Let me try this. Oh, here's one from our friend Summer. Hey, boys, I wanted to chime in with my edible freakout. This was years ago, but I'd gotten a few gummies from a BDM friend and would bite little pieces off whenever I wanted a chill night. This particular evening, I took a bigger bite than usual and thought everything would be fine. It was not fine. Daniel, if you'll remember, I texted you from the moon, and you told me that, quote, I'd have to take control and wrestle it into submission. That's true, right? Wow. That is absolutely true. That's exactly what I told Summer. I tried, but I freaked out even more, and then I couldn't breathe, and I hid under a blanket.
Oh, poor girl.
Head covered and all. It was only under the blanket my high self determined that I could breathe.
All right.
My kids were young at the time and wandered in wondering why mommy was, quote, hiding. My husband was irritated that I refused to emerge for a few hours. After that, it was a pretty good time.
All right. Well, at least you didn't call the ambulance.
Yeah, I feel for you, though. I've been there. That's why I don't smoke.
You've had a freak out, right?
Many freakouts.
Like
I'm good for a couple months, and then hard.
What do you like? Are you taking regular? Take it all the way up and then back down. Yeah, there you go. Higher. There you go.
There we go. Okay.
Are you always using edibles, or you just dabble occasionally? Or?
No, I haven't used them in years.
So you don't use them at all?
I did. I was a couple of years. Remember, I was smoking a little bit.
Yeah.
I did.
You're
a
trying to
little
be
bit.
young. You're going through a young phase.
Yeah, I was going through my thing.
So now you're dead sober? Nothing?
Dead nothing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not even when I want it. I see it, and I'm like, I want this.
So no booze, no beers.
No, I had one first drink in like 4 months, I think, on Memorial Day. I had one drink.
Okay.
I had a pina colada.
Oh, wow.
Why even have it at that point?
Because I was like, you know what? I want to try to enjoy myself.
It's a
and I just
pina
don't like shit
colada.
about it. Yeah, I love pina coladas.
Do you?
Oh, I love pina coladas.
Oh, yeah, the sugar.
I get fresh pineapple and fresh coconut. And I break it with my hammer and I make it real nice.
Oh, wow. That's a good one.
Magnum PI. Pina colada.
I like pina coladas, man. I like them. Tracy wanted it too. She's like, I want a pina colada. I'm like, you know what? I do too.
That's an old man drink.
That's what I'm saying.
Pina colada's old man drink?
Yeah, of course it is.
No way.
I think that's an old
Well, I
man
grew up
drink.
with my grandpa and dad drinking them, so maybe
I mean, that's as old as me drinking fucking Coors Light with a homeless
So I
beer.
look stupid every time I go to when I'm out partying in the Keys and I order pina colada.
A little bit.
I look
With
stupid.
that mustache, you just look gay. I love the mustache.
That's what I'm going for.
This is from our buddy Zach. Hey, Dan, my wife Andrea wants to take our dog kayaking. She's a 12-pound Chihuahua mutt. She insists she will be okay because she can swim to the edge of a pool safely. I don't think it's worth the risk. Would you take Caesar or Dansby kayaking down a river for a couple of hours? Zach from Ohio. Yeah, I would, but
Put a life
probably not Caesar in Florida. Not in Florida.
Yeah,
I
it's
wouldn't.
hot. Put a
Too
life
many-
jacket, you're
Wait,
fine.
but-
Dogs have life jackets.
Too many gators.
Yeah, but the dog is not having fun. You understand?
Yeah.
Like, so you're doing this for yourself.
You are.
And then you run the risk of it ruining your own time, which is the only reason you're doing it.
We
for.
took our dog down in the tubes at the cabin in Georgia that I love so much.
Yeah, yeah.
He hated it. We'll never do it again.
Yeah, yeah.
He
Well, you
doesn't-
gotta
does
try it
not.
once. If they enjoy it, then yeah. Take
What
them.
he wants to
But-
do, he wants to stand on the edge with his paws in the water and just stick his face and get sticks out. That's all he wants to do all day, and he'll be
sounds fun.
fine just there.
Until
Just
an
keep it
alligator
simple.
bites his head off, that's great.
Well, not in Georgia, but in Florida, I would
Oh,
not do that. I would not probably. He's too little of a dog.
Yeah, but it's hot. You're just dog's roasting. It's not
Yeah.
looking out at the water and enjoying itself. It's
There's
just,
lots of dogs on the sandbar in Lake Conway.
Yeah, but
Lots of
Chihuahuas, are
dogs.
they made?
Okay,
for,
not Chihuahua. No, I've seen.
You know what I mean? They're not really made for like.
Yeah, well, that's outside the boat. The
they're
boat,
in
the
the
dog
water.
could run around and swim around, but the kayak gets stuck.
Stuck there, yeah.
Yeah. It's you need some room.
Let's try this one right here. Dan, Tom, and special guest. I sadly ate a whole container of Publix cookies by myself in a weekend. My dad used to eat a whole container of Oreos while watching NASCAR events. What's a food item that you gorge on if present in your area? That's a great question for you. You know what we need to do? Can we get you back into some?
I haven't done a gorge
Some
in a long
eating
time.
content.
I
Hold on.
wish.
I'm gonna show you
Some
something.
competitive
Hold on.
eating. I'm a shell of a former
Hold on, look
fucking
at
man.
this.
And it's sad. I hate it. Though.
I have something to show you. Hold on. I want to show you this.
Well, you can still eat a lot, right?
I
you
could
wanted
if
to.
I tried, but I would feel.
Okay, watch this video. Watch this video. Watch. I'll put it up on the screen here. Look at this.
What is this?
Okay, that's Joey Chestnut. Look at him. That's Joey Chestnut. He's beating.
Feels great to break the record. It was the audience was pushing me.
He was eating
was,
popcorn?
Yeah, he did the popcorn eating championship in the world. He ate 27.
There's so many good things.
He ate 27 32-ounce bags.
Oh, wow.
Good lord.
27 32-ounce bags of popcorn.
Beating his
Kettle
record.
corn, regular corn.
Regular corn,
right.
buttered popcorn, beating his primary record by like going triple what he did last time. Like he went triple what he's done before.
That's crazy.
And he does the same method, and I thought it was cheating, and I did not like it. He takes a bite of popcorn and then does the water to break down the popcorn and swallow it. That's the same technique he does with the dunking in the water. Kobayashi started
turns
doing
it into mush.
Yeah, he kind of turns it into mush and slides it down his throat. I don't think he should be. I think when you eat popcorn, it should be a dry eat.
Okay, no water allowed.
Butter, salt, dry eat, no water allowed. You got to eat. Only water you get is if you're choking and dying.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's a choking hazard, big time.
Well, that's fine. You know,
Okay.
I mean, these
the risk. You're right.
Yeah, that's part of the part of the risk.
the
It's got to be
whole-
a dry eat.
The whole competitive eating thing is weird, and the fact that all you're doing is like the person that could stretch their stomach out the most is the person that wins, right? Like that's all it is.
Yeah.
They just have trained their stomach to stretch it.
And their throat just to glide it down.
Yeah. And then they're just storing the contents of whatever in their stretched stomach, and then it's a weird.
What's
gross
my
thing.
gorge? What's your gorge food? Or what would have been your gorge food?
I think pizza. Pizza's always been like my.
Because the
go-to.
Italian in you.
I guess.
Yeah, or not pasta? More pizza?
More, yeah, not pasta. Definitely more pizza.
What
Definitely
flavor
pasta.
pizza?
You're gonna definitely think I'm not Italian once I tell you.
Is cheese?
No. I like pineapple. Pineapple on pizza, man.
Really?
I'm a big the sweet and salty thing mix.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's weird,
no,
right?
that is weird.
Yeah,
that
if
is
not,
weird,
it's just
especially
cheese
for a
or
full-blown
mushroom.
Italian.
Or
with
mushroom. I like just mushrooms on it.
Me too.
And if I'm eating pork, maybe some ham, but not really. But cheese.
Ham and pineapple is pretty
cheese,
good.
Yeah, ham and pineapple.
It works good.
Yeah, good. I like pineapple on pizza.
All right.
Whatever.
That's
Sue me.
that's
but
fine.
if I gorged, when I used to send you pictures, it was like 2 whole pizzas, and I ate 2 whole pizzas.
He sent us pictures of him naked. The pizza just covering his cock.
Yeah. And then the dozen donuts afterwards. Oh, that was the life. I don't know what happened to me.
You didn't.
I think it was that.
You've never been a gorger, right? Like you never you go to the cabinet, and you eat like X amount of something.
Sonny's is good gorge too. Sonny's is amazing. The all you can eat Sonny's.
We used to do that in college.
We used to do that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, barbecue, like an all-you-can-eat barbecue or an all-you-can-eat wing.
Piling wings. I got 44.
They don't do that anymore, though. You know, like the whole all-you-can-eat wing thing is just not a. Well, I'm sure it is somewhere, but when's the last time you saw like all-you-can-eat wings?
Yeah, well, they're so expensive now.
So expensive.
Yeah. It's just they went up in the price. They don't want to do the all-you-can-eat anymore because someone could eat them into bankruptcy. But the gorging yourself, I do will look into the future and say to myself I will feel horrible if I eat the sleeve of goddamn Girl Scout cookies. I'm good about just eating a couple because I'm if I have the whole sleeve, I'm gonna feel bad.
I'm more like your wife.
So,
I can tuck that part in, and I can eat a whole bag of Lay's potato chips. I'm whole thing, all the way down.
But do you feel as guilty and bad after?
I feel worse. I feel worse, and I contemplate throwing up, and I want to kill myself because I'm very emotional. So you don't have the emotional part. I go through a whole.
Yeah, but
I'm bouncing off the walls. I'm like, you fucking fat short idiot, you disgusting piece of shit.
But that
go
doesn't
puke. If Maisie sees you, she'll think you're a fucking fool.
But that doesn't stop you from eating it?
No.
That's weird. See, that feeling stops me.
Yeah. I used to
it.
be like him, but then I'm more like you, where I think about that and I stop it. I didn't have that thought process.
There's no
before.
thinking in here.
But there was.
Nothing. I'm just kind of looking around.
That's when you just make yourself throw up, man. It's fine. That happened many times.
I see it. And then the key is to throw up. I've said this before. To throw up and do not swish your teeth or brush your teeth because the acid will peel the enamel right off your teeth. My mom used to tell me that because I think my mom probably was bulimic or had some sort of eating disorder.
I don't like throwing up. I'm like my son Max.
I hate it, but it's sometimes necessary.
Sometimes it feels great though. that when you get it all out and you're you realize that whatever you got out was the thing you needed, and you're like,
Yeah, it's like picking a good piece of earwax.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh, itch. Oh, there it is.
You know what my daughter's doing now? Cooking me dinner, and after she cooks me dinner, she picks my ear hairs while we eat.
What? Really?
It's fucking awesome. You got something to look forward to.
Tracy waxes my ears once a week.
Yeah,
so
you got once a week.
Oh, my hair's bad.
Yeah, mine are real bad.
My hair's go.
Do you get them inside?
Oh yeah, inside, outside.
Inside, and they grow inside faster. So sometimes I'll have a hair sticking out of my ear. It sticks out an inch, but it's 3 inches long.
Yeah, it goes
in my brain.
But they'll do it and be like, look at the size of this one.
That's
and
what
I'm like,
did.
holy shit! That went into my brain.
Yeah, but doesn't she want the hair? Because if you're Freddy Krueger, you want to grow a beard.
Oh, shut up!
to hide.
I'm growing the mustache.
Yeah, that's what
Burns.
Hank Williams did after he fell off a mountain. Hank Williams Jr. grew a beard.
Yeah, because your ears are, even though you don't get on.
Does it grow hair on the lumpy part?
Just on the bottom. My ear hair goes down here too, like on my lobes.
I do too.
Real long ones on my lobes, but most of the time in there.
One time I had a hair growing right out of here on my cheek, and then I was just sitting in the car, and I just touched my face, and I pulled it, and my cheek moved, my cheek pulled.
Oh, God.
It's right underneath your eye.
What the hell is this? And I pulled it, and it was like a 6-inch long hair. That I'm like, nobody told me I had a 6-inch long hair growing down my face.
God.
For years it was growing. Want to do one more and get out of here?
Yeah.
All right. Let's not do that one. Let's not do that one. Let's do this one right here. Hello, Tom and Dan. I've had some energy drinks recently and noticed the caffeine rush doesn't compare to my caffeine rush when drinking hot jasmine green tea. What's been your biggest caffeine or sugar rush? Saw my brother try some Cuban coffee in Miami, and he was bouncing up and down while driving through traffic.
Oh, yeah. Cuban. Every time someone gives me Cuban coffee, a shot of Cuban coffee, like I did it on the camper trip this year because my friends made Cuban coffee and ran. And they give it to me, and I'm like, oh, yeah, great. And then I'm jittery.
It makes you crazy.
Yeah.
It also makes you shit. Makes me shit.
Well, that's what I know what coffee does is make people shit, right? I don't drink coffee or energy drink, so I don't know.
You don't have any caffeine?
Zero caffeine.
So you have no stimulants whatsoever.
None at all. No. I don't like how that makes me feel at all.
Yeah, you don't like.
I wish I could do coffee because I like the taste of it, but I don't do caffeine.
I'm always like just hearing what you're. I'm always on a stimulant.
With some sort of altering.
I'm always on
substance.
Yeah, no matter what, I've got something that shouldn't be.
Caffeine immediately.
Yeah.
Something.
No matter what, I've got something in my body that should not be there, making me feel a way I should not feel.
But the matcha green tea,
unnatural.
The matcha green tea is supposed to be a cleaner high, like the caffeine. It's supposed to be like hit you slower, but then last a little bit longer. That's what I heard.
My wife likes matcha green tea, and I'm like, I'll taste
it is good.
And I'm like, this tastes like grass clippings.
No.
And I'll be like, give me a Diet Mountain Dew.
It's still green.
Citrus flavor, man.
I need.
Feels like I'm rolling down a mountain.
Yeah. Like all the other shit, the herbs and spices and roots. I'm like, the only thing that works is fentanyl.
And who's that stupid comedian, Pete Holmes? Pete Holmes and Magic Mind. He's like, it's a whole mood in a bottle. Fuck you, Pete Holmes. Fuck your face.
Have you tried like lion's mane, all the mushrooms they're supposed to give you?
Oh, the mushroom lady was in here telling us.
I need magic mushrooms.
The mushroom lady was in here, remember?
Yeah, psilocybin, straight psilocybin.
Yeah, I want to freak out on mushrooms. I don't want to take them and feel better. I want to freak out.
I need some roots.
That might help us, like with our anxiety and our freakouts and stuff like that.
I've heard that.
I heard it's supposed to help.
But before
I don't know how to do
fix it, I want to freak out.
Oh yeah, I don't.
Seth, you need to do the goddamn ayahuasca and the.
Will you do mushrooms with us?
I don't want to freak out. Like I'm scared. I freak out on weed. I can't imagine.
Yeah, but that's what it resets your goddamn anxiety back to zero.
Maybe G will do that. Give me some G.
Because you're addicted to G.
Have you seen Dune? It's the agony. You see what I'm saying?
I saw Dune.
You got to go through the agony, and then you come out of the other side. You're goddamn.
The first time I went through the agony when I was like 13 years old, I thought I was Christ's disciple for 4 years of my life, and I thought it was weird. I changed my perspective on life. It was weird. I didn't like it.
Wait, what? You smoked weed at 14, and then you changed your life for 4 years?
I thought. Remember, it was my first.
We got him crazy again.
Yeah.
Yes, I knew we could. I knew we could get him crazy again.
For my high school years was a up and down roller coaster of freakouts that I kept to myself.
My high school years was an up and down roller coaster. Oh, my high school years.
Smoking
weed. Yes, because I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know.
So fat.
I didn't know anything about panic attacks and what those were. I just know that I was in another dimension. It felt like talking to God, and I fucking promised him that I would change my ways. And
I promised to change my ways,
fucking
God.
Weird, man. So that's why I was like a straight edge through high school.
Why'd you change back? Why'd you turn your back on God?
Because I was like, I'm starting to feel good again.
I love you.
At 14, I mean, that's young.
My God.
Yeah, it messed me up. I know.
My son's 11 right now.
This is what we were talking about on that Reddit thread where people smoke weed one time, they do one edible, they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I've changed for life. No, you're not. I don't believe that.
But I changed for a while, 4 or 5 years. I didn't, like I said, nothing through high school. I was like all about.
No, but you felt that because you're a highly emotional.
Yes,
and
you know.
So, but it wasn't
now
real.
I know.
But it wasn't real.
That might have been real. I had that feeling again after I thought I was dying.
How much weed did you smoke? A couple puffs of.
No, I remember playing Mortal Kombat, the first one, with my friends, and we just kept smoking and smoking. It was more than I ever did before. And then I remember getting an uppercut and thinking it looked so fucking funny, like the and then knocking him out, you know, and then me falling on the floor with laughter, holding my belly, like can't stop laughing. Like
this is a disaster.
And then I got up and I go, how long was I just laughing for? And I thought I was laughing for like hours straight, and I couldn't stop, and I freaked the fuck out.
And how long was I laughing for? Somebody tell me! Somebody tell me how long I was laughing for, goddammit!
And then I thought I
was I happy?
And then I wasn't really there in my own brain. It was like depersonalization type feeling. Like I was out of myself, looking at myself. It was I was banging my head. I think I was banging my head against
outside of myself laughing.
It was weird, man.
So you had a panic attack, and then that changed you for 4 years.
For 4 years. Because I had him repeatedly after that. Like I didn't smoke, and then like 2 days later, I had the same feeling. It happened again. I was like, why is this happening to me?
This is what they said
smoking.
on Reddit. This is exactly what they fucking said on Reddit. We talked about this. There are people that really. And I won't say that it's fake, but
they freak out.
Yeah, they smoke weed, they have a freak out, and then they're like, and then
they
every day they
triggered their anxiety.
They're
for years.
But it felt exactly like that, and it did it for years. Like if I thought about it a lot, And then I was like, don't do it. And I was like, I fucking flipped out.
You're changing. Yeah. No, please.
Kinda like
and you didn't have it
Don't
before?
turn into the Hulk.
Never before, ever. Never even, no.
Hold on, dude. Seth could be one of these Reddit people we didn't believe, right?
But the whole chat room's laughing because they're like, that's just anxiety.
No,
And
it was a real physical thing that happened. Like my eyesight changed. Like,
what if it did trigger?
it definitely triggered something.
His
so
anxiety.
if he had never smoked weed at 14,
it never would have had anxiety.
No
hypochondria.
Yeah, no.
Probably. I'm serious. I really think so. Because I remember like trying to sit down at movies from that point on and being, I can't watch a movie the same again because I'll just sit and think about the what happened and it'll happen again. So I just nothing can be the same.
Trying to control it.
I was always
Control your powers. Control.
I was always
Please
trying
don't start laughing uncontrollably and feeling good.
No, I wasn't laughing. I was scared at that after that. I remember just keeping busy with my life, saying if I do karate, if I do all the sports, if I just keep busy, I won't think about
always be
freaking
good
out.
God, I promise.
And yeah.
So
Right.
what?
I didn't masturbate.
Okay, so
Wow.
okay, going back to like ayahuasca and doing like hero dose of mushrooms.
Yeah.
Like they say that it like creates new pathways in your brain.
Yeah,
right?
neural
And
pathways,
That's
yeah.
why it helps you. What if this created some new neural pathway in his brain to straight to anxiety?
Yeah.
Like it didn't have a link.
Well,
and
you're
it
not
linked it.
guaranteed a positive neural pathway.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
could have a negative neural pathway.
Oh,
or
it was
one that-
negative. It was an evil neural
yeah,
pathway.
or a completely rotten.
Although you don't hear so many stories about the ayahuasca and the hero dose of mushrooms and it being negative after as much as you hear the positive.
Yeah, because you can't sell that.
That's true.
Although you think you'd hear like some anti.
I'm sure you can find it if you go online.
if you
and
search
it could be
for
bots.
See, that's
so what a
I'd
time to be alive.
Yeah. See, that's what I'd be scared of. Is something like I would try it, but I'd be scared of something like that happening again.
Or it was always there and it just like
That's what I think.
It just sparked it earlier.
Like I
then
always
maybe-
look at it. It
maybe
makes
it
more
would've
sense
hit.
to me to think that you had anxiety, you smoked weed, and you just relaxed, and then your body said like, you know, like whatever guarded you from that, you let that guard down.
Yeah. It's like saying like, oh, this experience, I blew my roommate in college and turned me gay. You know, it's like you were always gay. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
You know, like you.
Did you blow your roommate?
Like you always had it in you.
Yeah.
And it's just the weed sparked
God,
it
weed
earlier.
makes me gay, man. I can't smoke weed. I'll blow you.
I don't know. Interesting though.
Yeah, I'm gonna start using that.
Yeah, but it'd be interesting though if that was true and that one experience caused you to be a different human.
Well,
You know,
it is a real thing that people say is happening.
And
and you can go on Reddit.
I feel like it did.
You can go on Google. I'm not calling you a liar either. You could go online and probably find hundreds, maybe
Of
even
stories like
thousands of
this,
people
yeah.
that said exactly what you just said.
Well, there you go. They can't be wrong.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, a lot of-
yeah. You can
lot of
find
wrong
anything
out
you
there.
want.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not an AI. So I'm telling the truth.
You can
How
go
I felt.
find-
I don't know what it was or how it happened or what
Look
it did.
into
but-
the orb. Verify your humanness.
Yeah.
You can go and find any experience causing anything.
Yeah.
It's like any vaccine causing this.
It's true. Any product, you want it to be good or bad, I can show you both.
yeah. And because there's
I don't
someone.
even look at things anymore. Like I don't. I look at what I like, and I'm like, well, I'm picking
I
it.
know,
And
because
then
I'm
if
scared.
there's-
Even reviews, it's like,
I
is
don't
this
read 'em.
review good? There's bad, good. You never know.
I don't read them anymore because they'll be like, they're all fake.
Yeah.
Because if you do, there is a statistical likelihood that there's other people that have had a similar experience that have formed some Facebook group, and then you can have some sort of confirmation bias from that group.
I'm on the B6 Facebook group, right?
Yeah. And then then you're like, well, is this the proof and the confirmation that it's true?
Yeah.
Or is there a bunch of people that had some weird thing that now have formed a group because of in the billions of humans that most likely there's other people that have had the
That
same
have
thing.
anxiety.
Yeah. Like, you know what I found recently?
Also, I like the idea of you getting in there and then everybody like finding everything in your life and just lining it up to make it work. You know what I mean? Like they'll do that.
So, I saw someone created this AI thing of someone jumping, and they like jump and fly for like a long, like basically it's like the AI video of someone jumping in a park real high and then coming down fast and falling and then jumping again. And they're like, hey, anybody else have this dream? And I'm like, oh shit, I've had this dream before, and then it made me realize like, oh, for sure, all human beings' brains work similarly, and then we've all had the same dreams. Why, like, people on ayahuasca see the same people? Like, I see I saw the
similar shapes.
Yeah,
similar,
yeah. And then it's like, this must be the ayahuasca is a fucking portal to a different dimension, and if we're all seeing, and it's like, no,
you saw the white mother.
Our human brains,
they always have
they're
some
all similar enough
name or something. Yeah.
That of course that people are having the same experience because we're all the goddamn same animal. And our brains are not that far apart.
And not that bright.
And
some people's brains might be a little different. Some people might be more susceptible to having it affect them negatively. I don't know.
Or but it's hard for me to believe that changed your chemistry of your brain.
Socially, it did. Maybe biologically, no, but socially, possibly.
But then again, the pathways. If there's claiming that it could change you to the positive, it could have changed you to the negative.
When you freak out now, when's your most recent one?
Well, the last time I had kind of a little panic was
like in the last couple of years, you'd say?
Yeah, it was the last time.
And did it feel exactly like the one from 14?
It felt like a mini one. It felt like a mini one, and I knew it would get worse if I did it more. So it was like a mini. It was like a mini one. But before that was like a big one. Was New Year's Eve a while ago where I ate a bunch of brownies. And then I thought I was at my grandma's house when I was 7 years old, and I was freaking out again.
Oh
big
my
time.
God, you're looking for it.
I had to
kick
go
you off the toilet.
People were holding me down in bed as I was like,
oh my God. Oh my God. You mentioned Mortal Kombat.
Person to party with.
You mentioned Mortal Kombat. We can end on this because I'd thrown it in here. Did you see this week that the gentleman that played Rain in Big Trouble in Little China died? At the age of 70-something. So I want to say like 71 or 72. Forget the gentleman's name. But I was sitting there, and I don't know why this dawned on me, but I screamed at Tom. I go, that inspired Raiden from Mortal Kombat, didn't it?
Yeah.
And I looked it up, and damned if it didn't. The three...
the three storms.
The three storms that are in, Big
Thunder,
Trouble.
lightning, rain.
Yeah, Big Trouble in Little China.
Samson, object.
Such a great movie. The lightning,
I know the whole thing.
The lightning god. I mean, that whole and then the creator or co-creator of Mortal Kombat later came out and said, "Oh yeah, 100%. I love that movie so much, and I just stole from it like crazy. Like even Shang Tsung." The main character in Mortal Kombat is based off of Lo Pan.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. He said,
I guess I could see it now, yeah. But.
Yeah, in fact, I think they hid like Easter eggs and stuff later, kind of as like a tip of the hat to the actor that played Lo Pan.
Yeah.
What was the plot for Big Trouble in Little China?
Kurt Russell is a truck driver, and he's making a delivery.
To his buddy. He's dropping off his pork chops, the pigs, to Wang, his buddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Wang is getting married to a girl that's coming from China to meet him. They go to the airport to pick her up. And in the middle of that pickup, they're not called triads, and I don't know
what is the gang called?
I don't know what the gang is called. Yeah, damn, I should know that. Anyway, they kidnap the lady because she's a Chinese girl with green eyes, and that's very rare. It never happens, right? Because Lo Pan hired them to go find this girl with green eyes. He finally found her. He hired these thugs to go pick him up, to carry him. During that time, Kurt Russell runs into this. Have you not seen the movie? I'm going to go through the whole damn movie.
It's a good movie. Don't go through the whole thing. It's a good movie.
Because I literally can go through it.
I think I want to watch it tonight, but I don't know where to find it.
Oh, just
like I want a good copy of it, and that's what I mean. Like I can go to YouTube and get it, but I'm like, I want to find
Prime has it.
I want to find it like a 4K or like 1080p.
I'm pretty sure Prime has it.
Okay.
I bought it on Prime, I think, so it's on Prime.
Oh, EJ says it is on Prime. He just checked. Thank you, EJ. Yeah.
You should come over and watch
Peter
it.
Kwong.
Can we smoke weed together?
Yeah.
And watch you have a freak out. I won't hold you down. I'll let you.
You gotta hold me down though.
Anything to plug, buddy?
We talked about the family skate-a-thon.
Man, that's gonna be fun, guys. This is a family event. You can bring your kiddos. You can bring everybody. Bring grandma if you want to, and come out to the big Mo and Tom and Dan skate-a-thon. It's at Cimarron Skateway, right?
Cimarron Skateway, July 12th. You can just go to justcallmo.com/skate. We've got some other things. The BDM CBE group is putting on a barbecue that's, we did a BDM barbecue back probably pre-COVID. I think we're going to do a second one, and then COVID hit. But those guys wanted to bring it back, and so That's going to be around September time. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, that's his very, very fun, like homegrown fun event. But you got to be a BDM. Sign up at tomadan.com/registration.
Yeah.
Also, going back to the skate thing, you can sign up and kind of fill out your waiver early to get ahead of everybody. If you are planning on going, you can go to the Cimarron Skateway website and do your form online, your little, sign your life away deal, and then you'll be good to go.
Can you bring your own skates to those things?
Yeah.
We recently we're gonna have some new merch come out. We partnered with a company called Hittin' Skins, which does
Local guys.
local merch. They do car wraps, a bunch of promotional items.
Pretty much do anything you need. Very, very
I used to use
sophisticated.
them all the time.
Yeah, they're listeners of the show, and we've been working with them, and we're gonna be doing a new straw hat,
very
a new
cool.
sun shirt.
I need a new straw hat.
Yeah,
Mine got
yeah,
all
yeah.
freaking
I know.
wet in
The
the road.
new one that the Danger Brains did is beautiful. It's just
Yeah.
no one's even seen it. Like I don't even think we've showed the art.
Do you have it here? Or it hasn't made?
No.
It hasn't been
not-
made yet,
Yeah,
but
I
the
want it.
design is awesome.
Yeah, it's probably
got a new logo.
It's definitely the most like high-end looking one we've done. Like it looks very adult, you
Yeah.
know, like very high-end.
Shout out to the Danger Brains,
Yep.
thedangerbrains.com
For
if you need
all
any branding.
your branding needs. Yes, sir.
And I guess we'll see you on Monday.
Yeah, well, you didn't mention it, but hey, good luck this weekend. I know,
Oh, yeah,
you got your pineapple.
Yeah, doing the Pineapple Man. I
Oh, the
know.
one he thinks he could beat me. There's no way. I'll smoke him. And I don't know about biking. I said running and swimming. I'll beat him. I don't know about biking because I'm not a biker. I don't know.
Yeah.
Biking's lame.
Have you even
You're a
practiced
biker.
swimming?
You got a motorcycle. What
No,
if
I
you're-
mean riding bike. That's just lame. That's like the laziest form of exercise. I think. It really is. You sit and you just move your quads up and down. It's lazy. It's so lazy. And I hate the people that are on the road doing this block traffic.
I love how
Do
grumpy he is.
run or swim or fight.
Run, swim, or fight.
Yeah,
If
come
you
on.
don't, you're
or
gay.
lift weights.
Roger, come do it this Sunday.
I'm watching my baby.
Okay, EJ says he can beat you in swimming, Seth.
Well, I'm not saying I'm a professional swimmer, but I'm pretty
I'd love
good.
to see Seth versus
I'm
EJ.
very muscular. I sink, but I can stay afloat really good. Well, how fast? I don't know. What is one
I
of
mean,
those?
EJ's.
Tell them to meet me at my lake.
He's smooth like a seal.
Tell them to meet me at Lake Conway. We go back and forth on Lake Conway.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, he's a short distance. I don't know.
Well, short distance.
Yeah.
EJ lives on a lake too, right?
No, he
Oh
doesn't.
no, he just doesn't have a fence around his pool. And special needs children push their face against his screen and stare at him while his wife is swimming nude.
All right.
Oh, jeez.